Welcome to Employee Connect. In this video, you'll learn how easy it is to set up and customize timesheeting in the system. So first of all, you'll need to log in with administrative privileges, and then you'll need to navigate to Advanced in the top menu, and then to System Management. Next, you'll need to go to Configuration in the side menu, and Configuration again. You'll then need to click on Cirrus. You'll then be taken to a page that has multiple tabs. Just click on the one that says Timesheet. This page is going to show you all of the relevant options that you can do to customize timesheeting. We're going to go through all of these options in detail, but first of all, it's best that you open up a blank timesheet, and that way that you can see the changes that you make, and they are reflected in real time. As you can see here, I've got another window open already, and to submit a timesheet under the home menu, which we're logged in as already, you will just click on the My Activities tab, and then go to Time and Attendance. You'll then be taken to the timesheet page. You'll see existing timesheets that you're currently submitting, but to submit a new one, you just click on Add New Timesheet. You'll then be taken to the default timesheet in the system. This is going to show you that it has every single day of the week, and a start and finish time, and break hours, and the total hours at the end. You'll also notice that you can set the period for which the timesheet that you're setting for. Don't worry though, you can customize this later to define the period to match your pay runs. So as an example, submitting a timesheet is as simple as entering a time, for example 9 AM, finishing at 2 PM, with a 30-minute break, and you can see that the system automatically tabs up that that's 5 hours minus a 30-minute break is 4.5 hours. Pretty simple. If we go back to our configuration screen though, we can make multiple changes. So first of all, you'll need to have this ticked if you want timesheeting to be available in the system. Pretty easy. The next option that you have is that you can allow 24-hour timesheets, so that you can put in times with 24-hour timing rather than AM or PM if you prefer. You can then select the Verify Admin group, and this is saying, well, who should be verifying timesheeting apart from managers? So all you need to do is click on the little icon and select who that should be. For a lot of organisations, this will usually be the Payroll Admin group, but you can select anyone that you'd want. You can then also select whether you'd like to send an email to the manager or the admin group to verify timesheeting. If you don't have to, and it will be automated in the system, but this is just notifying them outside of Employee Connect. So I'm going to tick both of those. The next option that you have here is that you can add in additional columns. Now by default, the breaks hours is there, and you can see that I've named that breaks. But what you can do is that you can add in additional ones that we've got here, but you can call them slightly different things if you'd like. So as an example, I might have here kilometers traveled, but I'm just going to make this KMS, like that. All you would need to do is click Save. The page will refresh, and you'll notice that everything's grayed out, and then you'll see that your changes have been saved in green. That's how you know that things have been saved correctly. But if we go back across to our other page with the timesheet, if I refresh this, you can see here that now that there's a column here that says kilometers, and all you would need to do is input whatever you want for the timesheet. For example, 60 kilometers, and that will flow through. It's pretty easy, right? So if we go back to our configuration screen, and we refresh that with the breadcrumbs, go back to timesheeting, you can go through and you can make whichever changes you want. So you can see additional columns here are things like apply standard hours, breaks, pay rates, allowances, cost codes, leave. You can have notes if you'd like. Again, you can do whatever you want there. The next thing here under other settings is that we can have validationing on the timesheet. You can see here it says minimum work hours per day and maximum work hours per day. What you can do is that you can actually put rules and validations into the timesheets. So if I was to say here that the minimum work hours per day is 3, if someone tries to submit a timesheet that has less than 3 hours per day, the system will prompt them that it doesn't actually meet the validation requirements. So that's pretty handy. You can do that for minimum and maximum work hours per day. And you can also do that for breaks. So you can set what the minimum break and maximum break hours are as well. So that's pretty handy. So I'm going to leave that blank for the meantime. I don't want any validation on my timesheeting. That's something that you can do. You also have two additional columns that you can add. Now these are identical to the standard columns up here. It's just that we haven't predefined them for you on what they kind of should be. You can just make them whatever you want. This could be simple things, for example, how many units of something have been sold or counted. And then last but not least, you can also add in here in the action section, add date or delete date. Now what this does is, if we go over to the timesheet screen here, is that down the bottom here it will have an add or delete option. And what that allows you to do is that if someone comes in on Monday and they work from 9 PM till 2 PM, but then they come back and they do another shift from 5 PM till 11 PM, it allows you to add an additional line item down the bottom, so you could have multiple shifts for the one day. Selecting the delete option also lets you remove the days that you have not worked, so your timesheet will be condensed down. Again, it's completely up to your requirements. So all you'll need to do is go through carefully, and I would strongly recommend that you make your changes applicable, and in the other window have the timesheet open and refresh the page, and you'll see that your changes come through and whether they've come through correctly how you intended. And that's how easy it is to customize timesheets and set them up in Employee Connect.